All right, let's get into this. Look, we all want to have a healthier relationship with our phones, right? But the whole idea of some huge digital detox just feels like a lot. So, what we're going to talk about today is a much simpler and honestly a more powerful idea. It's not about making some massive radical change. It's about a simple shift in how you see things. It's not about fighting your habits. It's about finally understanding them.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You just meant to check one little email notification, and suddenly it's 20 minutes later, you've somehow fallen down a rabbit hole of someone's vacation photos or a political argument between people you don't even know, and you kind of snap out of it, dazed, wondering, wait, where did the time go? Why did I even open this app? It's so frustrating, and it feels like a personal failure, like you just have no willpower. But what if it's not? And this is the question that changes absolutely everything. That mindless scroll, it's just a symptom. The real key, the thing we have to figure out, is the need underneath it all. What's the itch you're really trying to scratch when your thumb just automatically drifts over to that little icon? So let's try to reframe this whole problem. Think about it like this. Every single time you open a social media app, you're basically hiring it to do a job for you. See, it's not a moment of weakness. It's you trying to solve a problem or fill a need. The issue isn't that you have a need. That's totally human. The problem is you might be hiring the wrong candidate for the job. So what is a social media job? Well, it's that real, fundamental thing you're looking for. Are you feeling a little lonely? Are you bored out of your mind? Anxious? Are you looking for connection or just a distraction? Or maybe a little bit of validation? Figuring out what that job is, that's the first step to finding a much better way to get it done. Right. So once you know the job you're trying to fill, you can start looking for a better employee, a healthier, more effective tool to actually meet that need. So let's look at some of the common jobs we hire our phones for and what a better employee might look like. Okay, so take this first one. Staying updated on friends. If you're hiring Instagram for that job, you're getting a really low-quality version of connection, aren't you? You're just a passive observer watching a highlight reel. But hiring a better tool, like actually texting someone or, get this, making a phone call, well, that's active, it's direct, and it's so much more genuinely fulfilling. And what about those 5 minutes while you're waiting in line at the coffee shop? The job is fill this dead time. Social media is a super easy hire for sure, but it often leaves you feeling kind of drained. A better employee? How about that book you've got saved on your phone? Or a podcast? Or, and this is a really radical idea, just letting yourself be bored for 30 seconds and actually looking at the world around you. Oh, this is a big one. If you're hiring social media for validation, you are relying on a very, very flimsy source. Likes and comments? They give you this fleeting little hit that just disappears almost instantly. Real, lasting validation, that comes from accomplishment, from making something you're proud of, from helping another person, from hitting a goal you set for yourself. That feeling doesn't just vanish when you close the app. And finally, hiring your social media feed to help you process difficult emotions, that's like hiring an arsonist to put out a fire. It just doesn't work. Scrolling is a distraction, not a solution. Actively processing what you're feeling by, say, journaling or talking to a real person, or even just getting up and going for a walk, those are way more effective employees for such a critical job. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? The beautiful thing about this whole approach is that you don't need to change everything overnight. Not at all. It just starts with one small, intentional step. Here's the exercise. It's incredibly simple. First, just pick one job you hire social media for. Just one. Maybe it's to wind down at night. Second, find just one healthier replacement for it. Maybe that's reading one chapter of a book. And third, the next time you feel that specific urge, just try the replacement. No pressure, it's just an experiment. And that's it. That's the most crucial part of this whole thing. Just one. Don't try to replace every single social media habit you have all at once. That's just a recipe for burnout. You start with one job, one replacement, and you just see how it feels. And this really gets to the heart of the mindset shift. This is not about deprivation. You don't even have to delete the apps if you don't want to. This is about building. You are constructively adding better, more effective options to your life. You're building a toolkit of better employees. So here are some really concrete swaps you could try to get started. If you notice you're scrolling because you feel anxious, try a 5-minute walk around the block instead.
If you're scrolling to avoid doing a task, set a timer and just work on that task for 5 minutes. That's it. If you're scrolling to feel less alone, text one friend and just ask them how they're doing. See, these are small, they're actionable, and they are so powerful. And really, this is the goal. It's not about using sheer willpower to fight an urge. It's about empowering yourself so that when that urge pops up, you have a better, more appealing option ready to go. You're not at the mercy of the algorithm anymore because you've built your own alternatives. So, that leaves us with one last really important question. Think about it for a second. What's that one job you hire social media for most often? What is the first small, healthier alternative that you're going to build?